Right, and we're back. Hopefully this time we have no more crashes. I believe I've solved the issue, but if it does crash again, we will relaunch. But for now, let's get to flying. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's good.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
On we go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. System scan complete. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
This is a nice quick jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's good because we've got quite a few jumps to go. Look at my plot again.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
We've got 45 jumps according to the neutron plot.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
I didn't think that was going to work. I don't like facing back.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Has it got to have such a thin tail? Let's go for this end.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
Oh, that's a black hole.
Hull integrity compromised.
That is a black hole. Can't see the black hole, you can just see the stars around it.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage. Warning, temperature critical. So looks like a gas giant is all that's left. Ah, there it is. System scan complete.
Right. Okay, so if this can do it in 10 jumps, I'll go with the normal plotter. Yeah, like 12 jumps, I can live with it.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
I don't know if that's worth a scan, it's only 1.5 mil. Now that is most likely, yep, that's what we're going to scan. One more.
System scan complete.
There we go. Yeah, it would be a way away. I do like SEO even in this ship. Feels like the ship could come apart at any minute. Oh, is that? Okay, we can refuel that. And it's a pretty blue-green ball.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
And let's go to the main star, or the local star, should I say. Get a refuel, and then we can carry on.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, that was the wrong button. The one downside I found to this solar one, there's a button for your pinky finger on the stick, and I've set the boost there, but sometimes when you're pulling back on the stick, it can, your finger just sort of naturally presses on it, so the boost gets engaged whether you want it to or not. Drive through the plasma, shall we? And on we go.
Four, three, two, one. Engage. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Alright. More bodies. Two gas giants on the planet.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
And on we go.
Four, three, two, one. Engage. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Alright, yeah. Maybe let's see how far it is. That might be a better candidate. Yes. Hmm.
System scan complete.
Oh, 10,000 is not too far. Set Super Cruise Assist hand in it. Let's have a check if we're possibly getting first footfall. Oh, maybe. we'll take back control. Since it says 4, we might be able to do it with 3. Yeah, we probably can.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
What's the most valuable? I always be the rarest to see. I bet this is going to be the hilly areas as well. Now I am confident that I have resolved the issue I was having the other day. So we should be fine. But if there is an issue, I will knock back some settings and then be right back on.
Engaged.
I don't think there will be. Now,
Landing gear deployed.
where is this gonna be? Gonna be down in the valley? What's that? There's a rock formation. Ah, there is something. That could be it. Let's scan and we'll find out. Yep, that's what we're looking for. Ooh. This has shields. Oh, come on, how's that not flat? There we go. Ah, yes, first football. Small circles, so we'll go for a jog. What's that noise? What is that smoke? There's some more over there, so we'll go over there. Oh. Don't see anything else. I think the other one was through Texas. Or Tussock. It's going to be one of them. Was it fungi? And it's going to be one of them silly bloody plants. Might be fungoid, actually, now I think about it. These are normally the expensive ones that are in the hard to get to places. So let's have a look. What was one of those? One of those again. One of those again. Ah. What are these? Classic. Big old field of them. Looks like there's some more over there. Just there. There we go.
Landing gear retracted.
Let's see. Oh, that was bacterium.
Landing gear deployed.
Is that over there? That's something different. No, it's blue. I don't normally collect bacterium, but since I'm going for all of the stuff on this planet, I might as well get it. Oh, landed over some. But they're blue, which means I've already got the scan. Which means they're tussock. So I think we're going to have to go back to orbit for the other two.
Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Let's spin it around and see. Hmm. Pretty sure Frutexa is a plant. Oh, that could be it. Yep, that's Frutexa.
Landing gear deployed.
Now we're going to find a landing spot. Oh, that's a steep hill. Oh, there's got to be more somewhere. I see green. And the last lot should be at the top of that hill, mountain, ledge, whatever it is. Doesn't look like it's on the ground.
Landing gear retracted.
I don't see it. And what's worse is I'm not going to be able to land anywhere up here. Yeah, this may be one I'll have to leave. Unless they're just not rendering for me. But they should do. Oh. Okay, I think we're going to leave that.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'll be sat there forever, we've got a lot of jumps to do.
2, 1, engage. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Let's get to jumping.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Okay, another gas giant. That's going to be the other constraint. Why am I missing it then? There it is.
System scan complete.
And on we go.
Drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oh, there's one back there. There it is. Hello. Not worth the time to go to those ones.
System scan complete.
Ooh.
Frameshift drive charging. scan complete. Fuel scooping.
Last quick stop, get a scoop and go.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
So that means one planet left to find. There it is.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage. Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
Oh, nice.
Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, it's doing good. Apart from issues with my PC, but
Frameshift drive
yeah, it's been a good
charging.
trip. I've just got 1.9 billion in exobiology data to hand in when I get back, so hopefully by then it will be 2.5, maybe 3 billion.
Four, three, two, one, engage.
I was actually on the first distant worlds. They've given us a map for the way back, different suggested routes we could do. I'll need to stop off in Colonia because I want to see if there's any engineers I can unlock and get blueprints pinned. But then I'm planning to follow a route they've given us of the first distant worlds expedition. It's a route to Sajay but backwards. So I'm gonna hit that at some, like, maybe 2 or 3 before Sajay, and then go in reverse back to the bubble. Nothing to scan.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Yeah, so
Fuel scooping.
I went to Colonia, been a few years now, with a group, but I don't remember unlocking engineers over there, so
Fuel scooping complete.
it's worth a trip to go and see if there's anything I can unlock and get pinned to help with engineering back in the bubble. It's definitely changed a lot since the first Distant Worlds. We didn't have none of this neutron jumps and engineering and all that. I'm on a large ship that's doing 61.9 light years per jump, and when I first went out on the first Distant Worlds, I think my ASP was doing like 33 light years. So, bit of a change. Yeah, I think I've been to Colonia maybe a couple of times. I did a lot more of the Fargoids stuff. But yeah, gonna give it a visit this time. Might as well, since I'm in the area. Makes sense. What's that gonna be? Yeah, I went quite heavy into the whole Fargoid Guardian lore and everything. But now, for Guardians, you've only got still got the Pleiades and stuff, but the best place to go for Guardians now is all the way out in the California Nebula. So, but we do have fleet carriers now, so you can just go out. It's like 2 jumps in a fleet carrier, and you're out at California Nebula. And then there's CZ's combat zones for Fargoids out there, and you can I think I done, was it 3 or 4 hours with some people playing out there, and I made about 400 million. I think I think the highest paying thing to do at the moment is exploration with the exobiology, because some planets You can have 3 or 4 biologicals to scan, and you just get 3 scans of each, and then if you get the first footfall on it, you can be up like 100 million. Yeah, the ruins nowadays, if you're on PC and you've got like I've got SRV survey, it will give you the layout of the ruins that you're going to, and for each like obelisk that you go to, it will tell you what you need to get the data out of it. But like that puzzle was a whole. It used to annoy me, that puzzle, trying to get that out. Oh, what was it, 100 million Ramtar thing? And by the time you was done with it, you was like, was this even worth 100 million? But then you got like the Guardian structures now where you go and you perform like, there's these things you got to, pylons you got to charge, and then you go to the main centerpiece and you drop a relic in there, and then it will give you this orb thing that you can scan, and it will give you a Guardian blueprint, and then you can use that with the tech brokers to unlock different bits of tech, Guardian fighters as well. We've got I'm so old in this game that I can remember fighting Thargoids with missiles and multi-cannons.
Frameshift drive charging.
Now it's all shard cannons and Gauss cannons and plasma, what's it called? Plasma charger.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel scooping.
Oh, that's a nice shade of blue.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yeah, there was a lot of lore that they put in with Thargoids, and then you had the whole Azimuth stuff, and I'd walked away from the game for about a year, and I come back during the Azimuth saga when all that was going on, and then got back into it before Azimuth kicked off the war, and was here throughout the whole Thargoid war and destroying the Titans. But more recently I've got into the colonization stuff, so building systems and that. And then SP. Oh, so it is. We'll go have a look at that. I take it you're on the PC now. because they sort of killed it on the consoles, didn't they? Yeah, I don't think it would have got abandoned. It was just that the 4.0 changes that they made, they couldn't, for some reason, they said they couldn't make it on Xbox and PlayStation. Yeah, tell me about it. I need to get a new graphics card for this game. I was on a couple days ago, and every time I was going down to the planet to look at biologicals, it was crashing my computer. Yeah, I ended up having to get call it a new power supply, update all my BIOS settings, and then the graphics card is still having some trouble, so at some point in the next couple of months I'm going to have to get a new graphics card as well. It would help if they'd done some optimization on this game so that it was better optimized for PC. It should really have some sort of like auto graphics setting where it will go and pick up what you've got and then give you the best setup. It's a bit annoying to have to sort of go through and try and get it right yourself. It can be a pain.
System scan complete.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at 2 graphics cards that could possibly run this game better. One is for £400, UK money, and then the other is like 530, something like that. But yeah, nothing's cheap when it comes to this game. Yeah, it seems to be, I think the biggest headache with this game is, in terms of the graphics, is the super sampling. For some reason, it just doesn't work the same like other games. I mean, I hate to say it because it isn't fully released yet, but there are times when Star Citizen runs on my computer better than Elite, and that game's not even fully released yet. I mean, they even have a auto feature where it goes through, it picks up what you've got, and it goes, right, we'll set the settings here, and they'll work best for you. Unlike this game where I have to, like you say, go through and lower settings and fiddle with settings and then watch all your hardware monitors and see what it's doing with your GPU and that to see how well it's handling it. Yeah, I mean, I got Star Citizen the same time I got Elite, and I remember back in the day where you had the old Port Olisar, and you wouldn't even be able to get in your ship and take off. It was that bad. I mean, to be fair to them, they have gotten better over the years. Still got quite a way to go, but they're making some progress. And I can't see nothing. Ah, it's crystals. Crystals, and what is that? I've seen these crystals before, but I'm not sure what that is. On the rear, looks like it might be from the crystal. Definitely in a cloud air. What is that? Solid mineral spheres. Yeah, the green was night vision. It has its uses, especially in places like this where you can't see nothing. It's like they're emitting something that's causing this sort of cloud. Plus they're making some weird noises. That's it. Yeah, I think the Star Citizen drama. I mean, I can't. It's not that I don't feel sorry for people. It's that like, when I bought Star Citizen, I paid £40 for it, and I got a starter ship and just kept it at that. And then over the years, I did do an upgrade, so I spent another like 40, 50 quid. So, at most £90 I've spent on Star Citizen. And I don't like the big ships. I'll just play the game and get money that way to buy the like bigger ships and stuff. And at the moment I've got like 3 or 4 ships in game. So the people that got the ump because they spent like thousands of pounds on big ships. Like, yeah, I can understand. Okay, you spent all that money, you didn't get what you was thinking you'd get, but at the same time, you had that sort of money to spend on a game. Like, I wouldn't spend that money on any game. I'd spend that money on a PC, but not on a single game. It just didn't make sense to me. So yeah, it's you get what you get. If you're willing to pay that sort of money, then I don't see why you should be so upset that you didn't get what you was expecting. Just done a bit more homework because I could see from the beginning, okay, this ain't going to be a complete game when it comes out. I mean, it started off the same way Elite did, and Elite wasn't a complete game. Yeah, so the real money prices are stupid. Like, you've got ships on there that are like thousands of pounds. It's like, why are you spending that much money on a ship in a game? Like, if you got that sort of money, go and spend it on a PC or a sim rig or something, and you know what I mean, get something tangible out of it. To spend that on a ship in a game, and the thing is,
Shift drive charging.
apart from a very few amount of those ships, you can buy them with in-game credits after like 3 months of them launching. Like they
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yeah, and so there was things that Elite promised back then that still haven't come to fruition. So like, what do you call it? Being able to walk around in your ship, like the ship interiors. That has been a massive bone of contention in the community because they did promise that, and then they just sort of said, "Oh no, we didn't," but they did. I mean, they're two different models of games and the way they funded them, but the way Star Citizen does their ships, Elite has, like, FDev have sort of copied that. Because, so when they release a new ship, it's money only to get it. But then after, I think it's like 3 months, it goes up in-game. So you can go and buy it with in-game credits. So you're better off, like, just playing the game, and then when those ships come out in game, go and buy them with the in-game credits. And especially now they've got like some of the ships you can rent, so you don't even have to like earn a lot of money in game. You can get like 1 million, and you can get a decent ship to rent, and it will pay you back. Like especially the cargo ships with the cargo missions.
System scan complete.
Most of the time it will pay you back what you've put in, and you get to experience the ship before you've actually got to go and spend like big money on it. I remember, was it the Andromeda's Constellation? You can actually rent it in game with in-game credits and do a couple cargo missions, and you've made back the money you spent renting it. Yeah, I mean, I don't like to say never with these sort of companies because you never know. They are sort of teasing that maybe they might with that new ship, because the new ship now, instead of walking to the ramp, like up to the bottom of the ramp, and then beam me up Scotty from the blue circle. The blue circle is now inside that ship, so you walk up the ramp, and then you're sort of inside the ship. The blue circle's there. So yeah, I don't know what Frontier's going to do. It just depends on what they feel like doing, what they think will make the most money for them and stuff. If they thought they could do it and sell it as a DLC and make good money on it, they'd put ship interiors in tomorrow. It's just it's business, isn't it? So it's a whole, what will make us the best money and how can we do it. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. It's like a baby step towards getting you into ship interiors.
Warning, frame shift drive
But
operating beyond safety limits.
I've played this game long enough to know, don't get your hopes up when it comes to Frontier.
Supercharged.
I mean, I can remember years ago, back when, what was his name? Was it Adam, the community manager, and Sandy, the like head dev? And they changed the crime and punishment system. And they said, oh, this is just a temporary fix. And Like we're gonna change it back. Not change it back. We're going to put in a proper karma system, and we're still waiting for that proper karma system to this day. It's never come about. So yeah, it depends as well. Like when the Star Citizen has interiors, but the problem is Star Citizen's design those ships from the bottom up. Like from the start, they've been designed to have those interiors.
Ready to engage.
But
4, 3, 2.
I don't know if Elite has ever had that, because they used to have people would use VR to sort of click through and see like other compartments in the ship. So maybe some of the earlier ships had that in mind, but I don't know if they, like the newer ones, do.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
I just wish they'd make that beam me up circle, like give it a lore reason for being there. Just say like, oh, like there's a teleportation been invented and commanders are using it to get into their ships and stuff. Like, but there's no, if you look at the lore, there's no reason why you'd have a beam me up circle to get into your ship. It's just me being picky, really. Yeah, probably. Or they just don't build them with any sort of like not thinking about ever having interiors on them. So it's just a shell with a cockpit. But as I say, I've been playing this game long enough to know, don't get your hopes up with FDev. Don't really get your hopes up with any developer. What they give you is what they give you, like. Just because you complain, they're not going to go and redo a whole game. I mean, this game is still running on peer-to-peer. So I don't think they won't change that. I don't think they're going to mess around with interiors. But like I say, it just depends on, will it make them money? Yeah. Or just have you walking up the ramp. I mean, when you go to get out, your character stands up in the cockpit. Like, why can't they have a sort of like your character starts walking up the ramp? I mean, I know they can do it because they've got that silly cutscene whenever you get a biological sample. You get this silly cutscene where he takes the thing off and presses a button and puts it back in, and you can't, like, it doesn't say that you've got the sample until that cutscene finishes. Fleet carriers do already have an interior. Fleet carriers, squadron carriers, they've all got interiors on them.
System scan complete.
Yeah, there's a lot happened. Yeah, first you had fleet carriers, then you had colonization come out, and then you had what was it, squadron carriers. Plus power plays been like completely redone.
Frameshift drive
Uh,
charging.
I don't think they're as big as a generation ship, but they do the whole. They're more like a capital ship if I was to compare it to anything.
Ready to engage.
Just not as beefy,
3, 2,
but they're
engage.
like when they drop in, they do the same carrier capital ship sounds and everything, and you get the lightning clouds, and it comes in. The actual animation for the jumps it's not bad. I'm not gonna cuss the animation on the jumps. That looks like it took some time to do.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. System scan complete.
Yes, it's not so much now. It has gotten a lot better. I'll give them credit where credit's due. Power Play, the new version is a lot better. There's no more of that. You've got to be with a Power Play for 4 weeks before you can buy stuff.
Frameshift drive charging.
There's no more specific Power Play having specific weapons or whatever that you can get from them. It's a ranking system. You've just got to grind the rank, and every Power Play module
3, 2,
is available with every Power Play. It's just different order that they unlock for different Power Plays. Plus you get buffs depending on the Power Play. Some give you combat buffs for like payouts. I think, is it Liu Yongri? I think his Power Play gives you like trade buffs and stuff.
Warning.
For like trade
Frameshift
profits.
drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Like I say, I will give them credit that the Power Play was very well done in terms of how they reworked that. Yeah, I did a few of those as well just before the Fargoids come in. I was part of a group, FCDI, First Contact Defense Initiative. Can't remember off the top of my head, but materials now, you can get a lot of that from like your basic missions will give you materials. The actual grind of getting materials isn't as bad. Like, so yeah, high grade emission sites give you more, and you tend to find you only need to go into a couple of them to top out. Plus you've got material traders now. I don't know if you were here for that. So you can go to places and get like grade 5 stuff, and then go to a material trader and trade your grade 5 stuff around to get the rest of the stuff you need. So they have reworked a lot of stuff.
System scan complete.
When I left the game, what was it, when Odyssey, the on-foot stuff, released for like a year, because I was annoyed that they wanted to charge you £30 for that. And it wasn't really working very well at the time. Yeah, now it's not so much. You've got certain sites now that you go to, so like your raw mats, there's like a crashed anaconda site that you can go to. There's also like brain trees, which is a biological organism that you find on some planets, and you just shoot them off. So you can go around, usual quick go solo, quick go private, open, so you cycle around until you've filled up. Then go to a material trader and trade what you've got about to get the rest of what you need. Jameson's Crash is where everybody goes for encoded high grade emissions. Some people go high grade emissions and just only do that, and you get a load of grade 5s from there. But what I like to do is go to the Dav's Hope run and run around Dav's Hope a few times, then go to high grade emissions, fill up, and then from there go to your material trader and trade around what you need for the rest. Yeah, Guardian material now is, you've just got to go to the sites for it. Trying to think. So you got your scan data from the like the Alpha, Epsilon, all them, and then you got your blueprints that you get at the structures. Apart from that, you don't really need Guardian stuff. They don't have a Guardian trader for materials, but a lot of the stuff you don't really need. And I mean that whole Guardian, what do you call it? The Guardian, like power plant and stuff.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Once you look at engineering,
Frameshift drive supercharged.
it doesn't really match up, and you can't engineer them, so they're sort of useless. That's another thing that's changed as well. Engineering is no longer RNG based, so you don't randomly roll until you get a good
System scan complete.
what do you call it, a good mod. You get your grades, and then so that grade 1 is 1 roll, grade 2 is 2 rolls, and they go to a max point, and that's it. Yeah, that's your alpha, gamma, epsilon, all them datas. But I think all that is for now is the Guardian fighters and like modules. But like those modules, no, I don't really know anybody that uses them, because you can normally get better performance out of them if you engineer something like a normal part, and you can't engineer those. So it's sort of like, why bother? Yeah, FTL, so nowadays your best bet with the FTL, you've got a new frameshift drive called the SCO, which allows you to do this, and you can boost, so you can travel like the 400,000 light seconds trips. Don't take as long, so you can do all that. And engineering wise, your FSD range mod works a lot better than any of the like Guardian FSD. The only good thing from the Guardians for FSDs is the booster, and the FSD booster, you only need the materials to unlock it once, and then you just buy it. Like, you don't have to keep paying materials for it. You unlock it, you buy it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Same with the ship launch fighters. But again, I don't think they're particularly like any sort of meta with those ship launch fighters.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
For FSD, who does FSD? Felicity Farseer? Oh, that's an angry one.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Yeah, I know.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
We'll just need to get out the cone now. Do I have anything to scan in here? Yeah, the one with the big tower protruding from her base. I think Professor Palin does FSD as well. And he actually moved because he was out with the when the Fargoid stuff happened. He was out, I want to say out by the Pleiades. But then when that all kicked off, he actually moved back and he's now by nearby Shimrata. Yeah, I think there's, I think there might be clubs now that, like race clubs and stuff. The thing about this game, it's been going for so long now. You've got a club for everything.
Frameshift drive charging.
Like I said, I do a lot of, well, before I come on this expedition, I was doing a lot of colonization work, which can be a bit boring at times, but it's kind of rewarding to build up a system that you own, and you can put things how you want them.
System scan complete.
I think with
Warning. Frameshift drive operating
with the
beyond
group,
safety limits.
one of my groups, I've done
Frameshift drive supercharged.
this going back quite a way. We used to do like Sidewinder Sunday sort of things, and we'd go to those installations and like play hide and seek or tag or something, or have like team fights, but you'd be able to go through the tunnels and stuff with the installations. That was quite fun. Oh, hauling has changed so much. You don't use a T9 for hauling no more. You use the Panther Clipper Mark II, and every now and again they do there's one at the moment, a community goal that will give you cargo racks with extra capacity. But the Panther Clipper has Mark II cargo racks as well, so they have extra capacity too, so you can actually carry, I think it's, depending on how you build it, between like 1200 and 1300 tons of cargo. Plus your carriers now. So what a lot of people do with the colonization is you buy the materials from a system that's selling them cheap, and then there's every construction that it doesn't cost you the credits to buy the commodities, the construction will just buy them. So and it always sets it to like 110% of the market value or something like that. So then you can go and buy them cheap, fill up a carrier with everything you need, and then fly the carrier back to where your construction is, and then unload to the construction from the carrier. So that's what a lot of people do nowadays, including myself. Yeah, I think the max I got before the Panther Clipper, I think the max I got was, I want to say 784 in a Clipper. But yeah, then when the Panther Clipper come out, everybody was just like, okay, we're not using the other ships no more. They all just got thrown to the side. A bit unfortunate, but as more of the newer ships come out, the old ships are getting basically retired. Like there's no use for them anymore.
Frameshift drive charging.
So like this ship I'm in now is a Caspian Explorer. It's a large ship, and it near enough puts the Anaconda out of business for exploration.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yeah, but there's a new mining ship now. It's called the T11 Prospector. It's got a rapid fire mining cannon, which serves the same purpose as a mining laser, but it extracts everything much faster. Not really. So there's the Mandalay has for exploration. The Mandalay has pretty much replaced the Asp. So you'll remember Distant Worlds, the first one. You remember how many Asps were out on that? That's all Mandalays now. Like I do the mass jumps as well with the crew, and one of the mass jumps we had who's that? Oh, thanks for the follow, Rotty Pack. One of the mass jumps we had we were calling it a Mandaline because it was just a line of Mandalays. Oh 07 Rotty. We are on the last leg to the last waypoint of Distant Worlds 3. So once we get to Sajay, we are at the end of the road, so to speak. It's been a long old one. Yeah, fuel rats are still around. There's also, if you can see the top left on my screen, there's the hull seals, which do a similar sort of job, but they do it for your hull instead. So if you crash or whatever and you've knocked your hull down, then the hull seals will come and fix you. And yeah, the fuel rats are still out there giving fuel to people. Oh yeah, a few months off, so you've missed the expedition then. So it's gonna be it's always the same. Oh, you're into the combat. Yeah, I don't think that happens. I don't think that happens anymore. but I mean, you can. I think both groups. I know the whole seals do it, but I think the fuel rats as well will do it. That you can be provide both services, so you can be a fuel rat and a whole seal. Because I signed up with them for this expedition. That out of scan. No, I can get it. Yeah, I signed up with them for this expedition just in case, like, we had any that were out this far. But most of the people that call them are back in the bubble or like near the bubble. They're not all the way out here. But to be fair, that's probably expected when you think about it. The expedition people are not going to be making silly mistakes. Just don't go cheap on it because you'll end up having to buy the expensive parts anyway, so you're better off just doing it right the first time. Where's this? There it is.
System scan complete.
What's this? Check where I am. Okay, so we're nearly there now. That's where we're heading. We've got one stop that's apparently 8 jumps away from the Sajay before we go to Sajay, so not far to go now.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah.
4,
Yeah, there is.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Especially with exobiology now. I have a tool that's telling me. Let's double check. I've got 2 different apps. One's part of it's an add-on to EDMC, and that says I've got 1.9 billion of biological data
Scan complete.
to sell.
Fuel scooping complete.
And the other app is saying I've got 2.2 billion to sell. So yeah, there's a lot on the line if you make a silly mistake.
Four, three, two, one, engage.
filling up my drink.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, what, you fell asleep with the throttle at full? Yeah. Always log off before you fall asleep.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Well, that's the other thing now with the new ships. The fuel efficiency on them is miles above the other ships. Like, you can see how much fuel I'm using. And this ship is capable of 60 light year jumps. So,
Warning.
you imagine
Drive operating beyond safety
back in the day, how much would a NAS take for a 30 light year jump?
drive supercharged.
It's completely different now. Oh right, yes, I remember that, the old evac missions. Yeah, I remember doing that. I had what was it I was using back then? Beluga?
System scan complete.
Yeah. Depending on how stripped down your ass was. Like I say, I had 33 light years on the ASP, and that what was it called, the gap when you were going to Beagle's Point, that last little gap you had between. I struggled with that. I had to mess around and do some FSD injections and all that to like get me there. This time with this ship, I didn't even notice there was a gap. The only time I noticed it with this ship, yeah, everything on D. The only time I noticed it with this ship, they had one waypoint. I don't know how they, where they found, like how they found it, but it was not as far out as Beagle, but it was higher up. Yeah, that's it, the galaxy arm gaps. Yeah. That's how I remember I had 34 light years on the ASP. Because I remember thinking, they said 34 light years was enough. And I couldn't plot courses to get out, and then I had to manually do it, and then you sort of had to be careful because you jump in the wrong direction, you're gonna, what do you call it, you're gonna lose like the ability to get out. You'll get caught down some rabbit hole that you can't get out of. Yeah, I have to fall down.
System scan complete.
Yeah. I don't think I got stuck, I think I just got frustrated. Because it was a lot of messing around. I might have, I think when I went in, because of the way if I remember correctly, they structured the waypoint so they sort of took us a safer route in. And then after we got to Beagle Point, it was like, okay, do what you want, kids. So we all just sort of went our own ways, and I sort of took a direct south route, and yeah, I hit the gap and was like, oh no, this might be the end. But a few boosts and a lot of screaming at my screen, I got through. Yeah, they are expensive nowadays. I'm lucky I don't have a missus in this, so I ain't got no one to get mad at me when I spend money on a computer. The joys of being a single man. No wife, no kids.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
There might be. I do vaguely remember. I'm guessing you're talking about by Beagle Point. I think it was either near Beagle Point or maybe like around that area.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Quite a few memorials around now because there's been quite a few commanders that we've lost over the years. What's his name? We lost Commander Plater a while back. He passed away. He had what type? Some sort of cancer he had. I miss Plater because he had some great videos. Ooh, yeah. Like I say, there's quite a few memorials nowadays. You got ones for people that did stuff like that, and then you got memorials for like people that passed away. Didn't you know? Plater was a while ago now. Let me have a look. Because there's a memorial channel on the broadcasts. Yeah, he was an absolute legend. On the Plater. Yeah, 2023. There was a memorial for it, like in game, and there was quite a few people that come along to that.
Frameshift drive charging.
If you look it up on YouTube, there is a like final goodbye that he gave, sort of thing, when he knew it was near the end. And yeah, if you know Plater, like you've seen his videos, yeah, he was a brilliant YouTube channel he had. But yeah, if you know Plater, like you've seen his videos on that, the last video he did when I think he was in the hospice. That last video was heartbreaking because, you probably know how cancer works. Yeah, I have the tissues at the ready because it is a really sad one. But he looked really bad before he went. It's such a shame, and he had a wife as well. Always happens to the best people.
System scan complete.
That's actually, so you can probably see in the top right, above info, there's a name. That's the name of this ship. Yeah, he did, all the way to the end. But yeah, the name of this ship, Chanel, is actually the name of my sister-in-law. She passed away September last year from, so she had bowel cancer and it spread to her liver and then started shutting shutting the liver down. And then you know about cancer, once the liver gets shut down, there's like 2-3 weeks. And she was a lovely girl. Couldn't have happened to a nicer person. And I always say cancer is a bucker because it goes after the best people. No, the best people you'll ever know is the ones cancer goes after.
Shift drive charging.
Never goes after none of the like horrible people. It's always the nice people that catch it. And then, yeah, like I say, when Plato was a bit of a hard one.
4, 3,
That's all right. Thanks, mate.
engage.
Yeah, Plato was a bit of a sort of surprise one because, like you say, he kept going all the way to the end. So it was sort of you sort of forgot that he had it. 'Cause I knew he had cancer. Like he'd been battling it for years.
Warning. Frame shift drive
But
operating beyond safety limits. Frame shift drive.
yeah, when he
supercharged.
actually passed, and then that last video, like when you see it, you'll see what I mean. He doesn't look like Plato. He's all skinny. He had an arm in like a sling because I think his shoulder had dislocated or something. Yeah, we can. I think the best, who is it? Is it Technoblades? Who passed away from cancer as well? And someone said that he had told them cancer will never win. All it can do is draw. Because if he died, he'd take it with him. Which was a nice way of looking at it. So, well, that's not worth much. Sometimes water birds can be worth, like, I've seen some, if you scan them, they'll give you 4 million. But that's like 500,000 with a scan. I believe there was a whole live stream of it. Because let me actually hold on. Let me have a look. Because I'm in the Zencast. I'm just looking there. Yeah, it was live streamed. Hold on. That's his last video. That's the video before he passed away, and I think that was like a few days before he passed. I'm just trying to look. Yeah, I remember. it was either during Distant Worlds or like just after is when he sort of kicked off with everything. I don't know if you're on the what's it called, the broadcast Discord server, because there's a archive channel in there called Commander Plater's Memorial, and that's where all the videos are. Or yeah, it's all on. Let me give you one of the links. So that link is one of the links from Greatest channel of one of the parts of the memorial. So if you go to his channel and look around that same time as that video, you'll see the other videos he has from the memorial. But there was like a launch out of the station and launch back in, and then there was a like SRV race. It was all done on, I think it was a Scorpius's live streams. Yeah, that link will point you towards you. That's one of the videos, so you'll probably find he might have a playlist on his channel of like the memorial. I know, because I took part in it. Yeah. But Plater did good. He was fighting that for a good stretch, because I remember him talking about having those sort of problems for years, and like he did charity streams for cancer organizations and stuff.
Frameshift drive charging.
And I miss Plater because I used to call Plater the non-PC Obsidian Ant, because where Obsidian Ant would always try and, oh, but FDev have to do this, FDev have to do this, that, and the other. If he thought FDev did something wrong, he'd just call it out. Yeah. I mean, his videos are, like you say, legendary. Yeah, Obsidian Ant's still about.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
I don't know. I'm British, so not so unique for me. I hear that voice like in people all the time. It's actually a pretty common British accent. I've got family that speak like Obsidian. I don't think he focuses on Elite as much as like he used to back in the day. He's just more space game focus. He might be. Well, I know he used to wind me up sometimes because he'd always make excuses for Frontier. Frontier would do something, the whole community would be up in arms, and there's Obsidian Ant. Oh, guys, but. And you're just like, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, I don't know if he still does that. I think now he just, if he speaks about Elite, it'll be if something big happens, he'll speak about it. I don't think he does like the weekly videos. But nowadays you have what do you call them? Galnet News is one channel. They do more of like the weekly goings on, and the Burr Pit does like a once a week sort of thing where he gives everybody an update on what's going on, new stuff going on, any sort of drama and stuff like that. Galnet News, GALNET, like the in-game news. They've got a whole video on like the Azimuth Saga, where they go through chronologically. They go through everything, so you get the whole lore story without having to go around. Because some of the stuff for that lore is way out there.
System scan complete.
Yeah, nowadays your two main ones for like weekly updates are going to be Galnet News and Burr Pit, like Bill Burr.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's crazy how content creators, like, they aren't the same as what they used to be. You got new ones now. Not that they're any, like, they're bad or anything. Some of them are really good.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yes, you're talking about Truega.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating
I've
beyond
actually,
safety limits.
I'm not really a reader, and I've actually read
Frameshift drive supercharged.
what was the two? There was the first one he did, which was made into an audiobook, and I listened to the audiobook. And then the second one, which was the conclusion from the first one, the whole Salome story, was what's it called? Premonition. And Premonition was actually shaped, the ending was shaped by an in-game event. And I took part in that. But she was actually killed. Like, in the book it says, what was it? In the book they say Besieger. They call the commander Besieger. But if you're not familiar with who that is, it's Harry Potter. We had a in-game event to escort her and 3 of her people back to Tianisla, and we managed to get them back, but Harry Potter played a dirty and pretended to be on the good guy side, and then switched teams and killed Salome. So she dies in the book because of Harry Potter. Yeah, she was sort of so there's a ship out by Heart and Soul Nebula, a mega ship that's to do with her story. She was trying to, her whole story was like bringing some shady group, like bringing light on some shady group that was involved with stuff to do with Fargoids. So she was sort of like a precursor to the Fargoids.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, well, I think everybody hated him before he killed Salome. Nobody liked Harry Potter. I was actually
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
so the group that I'm part of, the IDA, were a anti-ganker sort of group. Nowadays we do our own thing really, but back then that was the purpose, was to fight against gankers and stuff. And then Distant Worlds 2.
Frameshift drive operating beyond
Let's get this done. During Distant Worlds 2,
drive supercharged.
the gankers decided they were going to follow the expedition. There might have been, but I don't remember, to be honest. I mean, nobody really liked Harry Potter before. Everybody, because I was in the actual discords and everything, and everybody was, "Oh, do we let him in? Like, he was a bad guy anyway from before that." So a lot of people were like, "He's not really trustworthy. Should we really let him in?" And then there was some sort of discussion and he got let in. And then so he did what he did. Oh, was my game crashed? Hold on. My game appears to have stalled. Oh. Bear with me a second, I'm going to have to kill this game. Looks like the game's crashed. And that. And we'll just relaunch it again. Give us a sec. Yeah, there was a whole heap of conversations going around when he joined up to take part, and people thought he was going to do what he did. Yeah, Distant Worlds was more they were following the flotilla along and were just killing explorers as they come across them. That's why this expedition has been 100% inside of a PG, the FleetCon PG, because they said they have followed us again. We've got distant ganks 3, they called it. So as you can see here, FleetCon PG. Click on the thing, and they followed along, and I took my alt account for the second Distant Worlds, and I ended up having to quickly fit a what do you call it, a combat ship that could do, it was Crate Phantom, and that was what was that, right at 35 light years, I want to say. Yeah, it was 35 light years, something like that, that I had a Crate Phantom to come out and combat them, and I had to run two accounts, traveling all the way up to Sajay, because we didn't have fleet carriers back then, so you had to do everything manually. So a combat ship is not going to travel as far, as quick as that Explorer build. And by the time we got to Sajay, most people were inside the private group and aware of what was going on, and they weren't what do you call it? They weren't out
Frameshift drive charging.
in open, and we were going along warning people when they were in open, they're here, we're fighting them, stay away. And from there I ended up joining another group that we did a lot of PvP patrolling, and it was all going great. And then it seems to be a thing with the PvP community, you get a lot of politics and stuff gets involved, and it just ended up going sour.
Fuel scooping.
So I ended up just walking away from it, like, I'm not interested no more. You weren't really protecting anybody, to be fair, we were just fighting outlaws. And some of the people, not all, most of the people were good, like decent people, but you had some people it was just as toxic as the gankers. It just got boring after a while. It was like, why bother?
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yeah. I suppose it's with every group really. You get a couple of bad actors in there and they spoil the whole thing for everybody else. But it is what it is. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. But now the group I'm still with my old group, the IDA. My alt account is tied to another group that do the colonization stuff, so I don't really get involved too much in combat other than like Fargoid stuff. Yeah, I could believe that. It's that, and you get people that get like power hungry and stuff like that. They want to be in charge, and they don't get their way, they throw a hissy fit, and I'm just here to play a game. I couldn't give a crap about the politics. That's why one of the Twitch stream rules, the Twitch chat rules, is no politics. I don't want it, I'm not interested. Yeah, power hungry and greed. It's a shame really, because it sort of messes it up for everybody else. You tend to find those groups, the people that mess it up are in the minority,
System scan complete.
but they mess it up for everyone else.
Frameshift drive charging.
Exactly. I don't play games to have politics. There's enough of that in the real world, and it drives me up the wall in the real world having politics around. Like,
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
but yeah, like you say, you get it everywhere. Just got to try and stay away as much as possible.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping.
It's kind of like you've probably heard of it. There's a game Pragmata that's come out recently,
Fuel scooping complete.
and all the drama and the politics around that. I played the game. It's a brilliant game, and
Frameshift
like
drive
the
charging.
politics ruins people enjoying it. Like, just if people want to play a game, just leave them to play a game. There's no need for all of this.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And it's always the minorities, whether it be like your gankers and your griefers in Elite, or what were they called? Forum dads that used to complain all the time.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah, that's a shame. That is a shame.
Fuel scooping complete.
I understand some people connect him with Christian values and that, but if you're going to church, you should be talking about Christ, not Trump. Like,
Frameshift drive charging.
you're supposed to be there for Christ. Like, why are you talking about Trump?
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, I had stuff to scan here. Ah. See what we've got. Yeah, yeah. I just don't do. I have my opinions, but I don't see a problem in other people having their opinions. It just gets tiring, like you say. It's just too much. Yeah, I mean, I do watch some like YouTube news channels, if you can call them news, but they're normally people that are not trying to sell you a dream or something. They're just telling you what's happening. I think that's what a lot of people secretly wish. Like, they don't really want to just tell me what's going on and don't add your opinion onto it.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
But from what I hear, apparently it makes them a lot of money, so...
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I mean, you look at YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, exactly. But like, you look at YouTube and Twitch, some of the like highest earning channels based around politics and playing the politics game.
Fuel scooping complete.
It's just, like you say, it's everywhere, you can't escape it. Yeah, tell me about it. And it's my sister's fault. I've recently, well, like a year or so now, I've got into the whole anime stuff, because even like films and that nowadays have all got some sort of politics in them. And like, my sister put me onto anime, and I just prefer it so much more because they just tell you a story straight up. They don't add all this extra nonsense or anything. Just tell you a good story, make you feel something, and then leave you to it. I'd like to go to, at some point, I'd like to go to Japan, because, what's that one? Oh, 1.4 mil for a birthright. That's cheap. Yeah, I'd like to go to Japan at some point, because they have a very peaceful way of living. Like, don't bother other people, be polite, live your life.
System scan complete.
Yeah, I mean, I genuinely think anime is like the old way Hollywood used to be before it all went wrong. Like, they tell you a story, it's got a moral behind it. It's like back in when you were in school, when they'd teach you, right, well, you've read this book, what was the moral of the story, what was the message? Like, it's, and there's not, so like they'll have like a lesbian character or whatever, but they won't make the story around that character. That character will just be a character in the story. The story is the story, which is how I think it should be. Like, it shouldn't have all this extra nonsense with like, oh, we've made this story and you have to like it because it's got this character and da da da. And it's like, I really don't care. Just tell me a good story. That's what I think. Why I think they hate Pragmata so much is because Pragmata doesn't try and do any of the politics stuff. It just tells you a good story. Yeah, I've heard about that, but I live alone, mate. So it wouldn't bother me being left alone. I'd like it.
drive charging.
Oh. What we got now? 5 jumps? 6 jumps? 5 jumps.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
5 jumps and we will be at the end of the road.
Fuel scooping.
Sunday is going to be the official end of Distant Worlds.
Fuel scooping complete.
They're doing. We've been doing mass jumps, and I was reading it. I've signed up for it. They're doing. Yeah, so Sunday they're doing. They're calling it like I think it's dispersal jump. They're calling it or something like that. So, unlike your normal mass jump, where everybody gets the same target system, everybody's going to be given different. Yeah, I will be streaming it. Everybody's going to get different destination points for a jump, and then they're going to do like the leaders, like the formation leader is going to be in the middle, and then everybody around them pointing out to their different jumps, and then everybody's just going to jump out, and then that's sort of like the ending ceremony sort of thing. Well, ending event. I think they're having ceremonies and stuff during the day, but I'm not about for that. I'm actually working, so I'll be on for the final jump. Yeah, I've been thinking about how I'm gonna do the. I do a live stream for every mass jump, and what I normally do is sort of stick behind everybody as they jump out because they're all going in one direction. But it's like everybody's gonna be like fanning out in different directions, so it's like, how am I gonna stream that and like catch as much as I can? Because I'm not gonna catch everybody. It's gonna be like near impossible to catch everybody in the group jumping out. Oh, there's more there. No, because it's the camera only zooms out so far. So I was contemplating staying separate and sort of filming from a distance, but I think I'll just take part and catch what I can catch from the angle that I'm at. Because you're still going to catch a load of people jumping out. I think they're talking about like 70 per group or something like that. So you're still going to catch a load of people jumping. And then after that's done, like I said, I'm going to stream it. I'm going to go to Colonia. And then once I've tagged whatever engineers I can unlock over there, I'm going to join up to the route back along the first Distant Worlds and head back to the bubble along that. I think each year, or not each year, each expedition has had more. Because the first expedition we had like, what was it? 800 to 1,000, something like that. But the second expedition they had like, I think it was like 2,000, something like that, and then this one again, it's been thousands of commanders have took part.
System scan complete.
Yeah, well, I was late to the first one. I'd actually
Frameshift drive
gone out
launching.
on my own little trip and was actually heading out towards Sajay when it started, and I was 814 in the roster, and I was one of the
3, 2,
um,
1. Engage.
sort of late people that they'd said they'd closed the applications, but then they let a few of us in because we were already heading out. So I think I was like 2 or 3 waypoints out when everybody left. So I just sort of waited around, and then once everybody caught up, then I joined the main flotilla going out.
Fuel scooping complete.
I mean, it helps that they've done the second one for the first half going towards Sajay. There was some construction stuff going on along the way, so there was a couple of stations, if I remember correctly, that we were building up, and then this one they've actually done it was a little different. So instead of starting at well, we did start in the bubble. We done the first jump, and then we all boarded fleet carriers, and then the fleet carriers took us past Sajay and to the first waypoint, and then that was on the other side of Sajay, and then it was like waypoint 4 was Beagle Point. Yeah, I mean, there's been so many over the years, but yeah, we went like waypoint 4, I think it was 4 or 6, one of the two was Beagle Point, and this is waypoint 15, what we're coming up to now. So they've sort of took you most of the way, let you do a couple of waypoints to Beagle Point, and then sort of had us going back. So it was different from the other two where you start in the bubble and you just head out. Oh, that's worth a scan, 4 million. Yeah, it was a sight to behold. There's actually a station out there as well now, I think. I think there's one in the system next door. There's an actual station. But with fleet carriers now, like, you can have your own moving station in effect.
System scan complete.
So let's go get this Earth-like scan. That's not even that far. Just check, see if it's been scanned before. Oh, it might be a fresh discovery. Yeah, I think they just wanted to sort of switch it up a bit. Because especially the route between like the bubble and Sajay, there's a whole chain of stations that run along the route from the bubble to Colonia. So you'd have a whole heap of stops and stuff that you could do. It's not just name tags on stuff no more, it's you get first footfall as well. So before you used to get your first discovered and first detail scan, now there's also first footfall. And if it's a planet that's got biologicals on it, you get a footfall bonus as well. So like whatever your biologicals are, you get a bonus on top of that. Let's see, what's 6 probes. Okay, so we'll do one there, and one there, and then we'll see what we get. Oh, that's not what I wanted to press.
Scanned by 50%.
Okay, and one there. Yep.
Surface scan complete.
That's 4 million. Just whether it's first scan or not. Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging.
I've actually come across an Earth like that's in a system.
3, 2, 1, engage.
And the main star is a neutron star. Don't ask me how that's possible. I'm not a scientist, but yeah.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
I'll get this scoop.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, that's how. It's that procedural generation stuff, isn't it? It's not following necessary rules.
2, 1, engage.
Like, you can find planets that are in a system with a neutron star and they've got biological life forms on them, and it's like, how does they shouldn't exist, but
Fuel scooping.
yes, there is. I forget the name of it. They sort of collide. I've been there before. It's in the bubble.
Fuel scooping complete.
And yeah, they come really close to each other to where they sort of, it looks like they collide. I can't remember if they actually do, but it's one of those weird ones where it's a collision but it's not a collision sort of thing. Like they collide, but you can be on the bit where they're colliding and nothing's gonna happen.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
something hollow. I remember correctly, is the name they've called it.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
I mean, the first, there's actually a clip on my channel here. The first Waypoint was a system that's got a planet that you can land on in a certain window, and it orbits inside the exclusion zone of a white dwarf. So you actually get really close to the white dwarf as it goes into a close orbit. Yeah. Yeah, they did. I forget what it's called, something hollow. It's got hollow in the name somewhere. Because I've been there before. Ah, there's carriers here. How you know you're getting near the waypoint? There was a base camp, but they were doing like a find it if you can sort of thing, and I haven't looked to see where people found it. So the way it works, you can't keep your ship because obviously your ship will get destroyed. So on its sort of like outbound part of its orbit, you get down, you land, you get out into your SRV because for some reason the SRV is impervious. You get into your SRV and you dismiss your ship, and then the planet will go through. It goes through the tail that's coming off the white dwarf, and then it goes in the exclusion zone, and the star is really close, but it doesn't heat you up or anything. But yeah, you can't keep your ship there because your ship will get destroyed. Let's have a look. Who's here? We'll pay that a visit. There is a video on my channel. I can't remember if it was just a clip that I did or if I did a stream. Might have just been a clip. There's a clip that's taken from inside my SRV when I'm already down. I don't remember if I live streamed it though. No, I didn't start live streaming it until, well, it might be on my Twitch. Hold on, let me have a look. But I wasn't streaming on YouTube the whole time, I was doing Twitch and Kick. No, I didn't stream it. I must have just, I think I just did a recording. Because it makes some freaky noises, like when the tail goes over the planet. It makes some really weird noises because it's the sounds you get when you're charging in the tail. But obviously you're not in a ship, you're on a planet in an SRV. It was a nice thing to have experienced. Let's bring it around a bit. Yeah, it's called Modler something? Modler Malt? Means like Death World. I'll tell you what it's called. Mode de la Mort. But I can't remember where it was because hold on, actually no. I'll give you it was about 1,000 light years from Colonia. Because I do remember I went over to Colonia to do something. I did something and I went over to Colonia because it was only 1,000 light years away. Yeah, I mean I don't mind a short-term game like I say the what do you call it? Pragmata was a I mean, it's not too short of a game. Like you play the story, and then once you complete the story the first time, there's other bits that unlock for you to go to get more story, and like you can replay certain bits. So it's got a nice mechanic on it. But yeah, it's not something you can just constantly play for years, like I've been playing Elite. But then there's also like Star Citizen is another one you can play long term. I think No Man's Sky as well. I haven't played No Man's Sky in so long I don't even know what the latest sort of updates and stuff are. Yeah, there's not that many really. I had hoped Starfield would be better than what it turned out to be. I was really disappointed with that game.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So there's not a set assigned carrier. Some people have brought their own carriers along. There's 4 official carriers. The 2 main ones I use are Odysseus and Pillar of Chista. The Pillar of Chista is the wholesale one. Yeah, Starfield was just horrible. Yeah, Pillar of Chista was is the wholesale sort of home base. Then you've also got like your science vessel. And I think Odysseus is just a sort of anybody can use it sort of one. Oh, am I at Sajay? Oh, I'm not. That's where I want to go. This, hmm. Weird. I plotted to say J. Must have plotted to the one next door.
Frameshift drive charging.
The final jump into the biggest black hole there is in the galaxy.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
There she is. Big and beautiful as ever. Get a picture. Right. Let's go hit the exclusion zone. If I remember correctly, we can do that. Yeah. I mean, you see a lot of black holes, but none of them really compare to Sagittae. It's just huge.
Warning. Temperature critical. Hull integrity compromised.
Look at that effect. She is a beauty. Trying to get this whole thing in the screen. Yeah. Which is a good thing. I mean, it's the center of the galaxy. Nothing should compare to it. Oh. And that is going to be the end. We are finally here. Let's actually have a look. Let's come out of this second. Have a look. That's, I think that's going to be either Odysseus or Pillow Chista. I think it's Chista. Because it's not as easy to fly through space as the games make it out to be. Okay, 6 jumps, that's not too far. Right, let me just check. Because I don't want to necessarily move. And then I've got to come all the way back here for the there's Alright, yeah, events. Okay, yeah, it's going to happen in this system. Yeah, they're calling it a scatter jump. So each individual commander will be given an individual target system. The instances are expected to be a maximum of 70 commanders plus the volunteers, and everybody will be given 70, like their own system. So you'll have 70 commanders jump into 70 different systems, and because of the way they're pointing them, everybody will be facing different directions. Yeah, might be because of the time as well. It depends if there's, because you think if you drop in on the star, unless you've got a wing signal to drop in on, like there's such a big space, you might not necessarily drop in where I am. There could be other people dropped in, but they're kilometers or like miles away. So I do love this star field though. It's beautiful in the center. So many stars. Well, it's so if we look here, you can see how many stars are actually in the in a short vicinity of Sajay. So it's all these lines are all potential jump points, so they're sort of spot for choice really on where they tell people to jump to. But they said we're going to have to super cruise a little bit away from Sajay itself. Like we won't be able to do it where I am in the actual exclusion zone because Sajay is going to block a load of star systems. So you'll have to fly out a bit and then do a jump. And then from there, it'll be one jump, and some of them will be like these close. Like, look here, some of these are all close in systems. So it's literally just you do one jump and then that's it. Everybody off, do their own thing. But yeah, from there, there's Colonia. No, yeah, Colonia's back this way somewhere, if I remember correctly. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's Colonia. There's some engineers around here. I want to make sure I've got unlocked and pin blueprints. And then I'm going to sort of head back over. Oh, that's in the way. Head back over this way. And then you've got the original line that goes down to the bubble from Sajay that follows the Distant World's original route. But you're doing it in reverse from Sajay or wherever along I catch up to it. Yeah, it is going to be easy, but I will give it a go. Either way, you'll be able to see sort of, you'll get an idea of what's going on. Oh, that's a better one. That looks better. Right. Oh. So yeah, that's going to be me for tonight. I need to get to bed. I've got work in the morning, so I need to wind down a bit and then go to bed. But I will be back Sunday evening. So I don't know what that is your time. It's going to be about 7:30, 8 o'clock my time. So if you're in America, that's going to be like 5, 6 hours back. So what's that going to be? 1, 2 o'clock maybe? Yeah, it was nice talking with you too, mate. Hopefully you can catch the final jump out that we all do. And yeah, I've actually got a taste for this streaming stuff now, so I'll be back with more streaming. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. here now, so that's 6 hours. So 7:30 minus 6 is 1:30. Will be when we start getting together, and then I think that'll be an hour and a half after that. So 3 o'clock will be when the actual jump will happen, and yeah, I'll be streaming. Hopefully I'll see you again, and thanks for the company. Like I say, I've got the bug for the streaming now, so I'm gonna be streaming more. I'm not gonna just stop once Distant Worlds is over. So you'll get to see more Elite and probably other games as well. But till then, I'll see you later and take it easy.